Good afternoon and welcome to Ray and Sue Smith Stadium on the campus of Hope College for a beautiful opening to the month of October and a beautiful day for the opening of MIAA football. My name is Scott Vanderstoop and I have the privilege of standing to the right of Mr. Arlen Gaddy, my longtime friend who is on loan from the Michigan Sports Broadcasting Network. And Arlen, it's good to be with you. Hope College comes in, as does Adrian, with a record of 3-1. We're going to get to this probably after the anthem. But a great test for both teams. Hope coming in probably favored, but I think two very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, two teams with a common record at 3-1, but teams on two different trajectories. And you're right, partner. We'll talk about that a little bit after the national anthem. But it's going to be a great Saturday afternoon of football. The weather's perfect. The crowd's on hand. Two great teams on a great network. Let's make it happen.
We have plenty of football left to play. Obviously, we haven't even kicked yet. So if you are anywhere in the Holland area and you would like to join us, we would love to do that. Right now, we are going to turn it over to the public address announcer and the voice of the field, Mr. Tom Davalar.
In the south end zone, please enjoy our national anthem as performed by friend of the program with us today, Mr. Lee Greenwood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Thank you, Lee, and thank you, fans.
We are 5 minutes away from kickoff here as the Adrian Bulldogs will be making their way down the steps in the southern end zone. Arlen, we had a chance just to briefly talk about how both teams come in with even records. I know you've done a little bit of work thinking about this game. What are your thoughts coming in?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, two teams, similar records, but on different trajectories. So here you have the Adrian College Bulldogs coming in 3-1. You know, they had a tough opening loss to the season, but since that time, they reeled off these three nice victories. But everything isn't the way it looks on paper. If you look at the combined records of the three teams that they've competed against, those combined records is 0-10. So they haven't really seen the competition, other than the first game, obviously, but they haven't seen the competition that they're going to face today with Hope College. The Dutch come in today really kicking it on all cylinders. We saw in that opening win against Aurora, a team that started out really, really slow, but really kicked it in the second half and came out to capitalize with a victory. They have the one blemish on their record, but this is a Hope team that's looking for big things, not only during the season, but hopefully to capture an MIAA championship and maybe have their vision set beyond. But today, you got to get past the Adrian Bulldogs.
And with such a small league, there is absolutely no room for error for either team. Hope College picked to win the MIAA championship this year. They were co-champions last year. Albion won on the tie break, and then they went on to lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament. But all eyes are on that prize, but no looking past anybody. The captains are heading out to the field. Both teams coming in, as we said, 3-1. The Dutchmen are led on the arm of senior quarterback Chase Brown. The Bulldogs are led by fifth-year senior Aaron Jenkins, and we will hear more about some of their players as well as some of the Dutch players. But let's turn it down to the field for lead official Dave Driscoll and the toss of the coin. I think Mr. Driscoll has forgotten to turn on his field mic, so we are going to use hand signals here, just like we used to do in preschool. So it looks like Adrian has won the toss. They will defer. Hope will take the ball first. They will go from south to north as we get things started. We'll have a chance to check some of these lineups. Let's first check the Adrian defense. We'll have a chance to check the Hope offense in a second. On defense, they run a 4-3 more or less. Their defensive tackles are DeAndre Jennings. Their defensive ends are DeAndre Jennings and Tish LaRue. Their tackles are Dominico Tejada and Randall Broom. Their linebackers are Andrew Newmer, Kyle Minder, and Sam Madrid. Their safeties are Brandon Kwiatowski. I'll work on that one this afternoon. Brandon Kwiatowski. Donovan McCary is the other safety, and the corners are Tyrell Diener and Jamari Cannon. The kicker for Adrian will be, I believe, Walker Evans, if their two-deep chart is at all accurate. Hope will score first. They put up a lot of points last week, Arlen, against Northwestern. But as you mentioned, really in some ways not a test. In the same way that Adrian was playing Finlandia up north, the Dutchmen were heading north to play a team that really doesn't have a football tradition that certainly Adrian or Hope would have.
And I think it's important to keep in mind that even though the score may have gotten a little bit out of whack, there's still a lot of things that you can focus on when you have a game like that, when there's just complete domination. Number one, making sure that execution is at the forefront, that your players know exactly where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, how they're supposed to execute. So even though it was kind of a blowout game last week, I think there's a lot of things that Coach Sturzma and his entire staff wanted to work on to make sure that his team was mentally prepared for today's game.
Hope College's normally reliable secondary had a couple of breakdowns early on in week one where they had two collapses that resulted in Aurora touchdowns, but those have been cleaned up. And deep at the end zone, Hope is going to run it back, and it's going to be, I believe, Carter Knopfinger, and he's up over the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Hope will start there, 1st and 10. And I think we'll go to a prepared graphic that some of our folks have. Do we have the Hope offense here? Maybe we'll get that later. Mr. Steve Secor, do we have the well, we'll get it for you right now. Maybe we'll get the graphic in a bit. Chase Brown will be the quarterback. The running back joining him in the backfield is senior Kenya Houston. He leads all rushers for the Dutchmen. The receiving corps is impressive indeed. T.J. McKenzie, Terrell Harris, and Carter Knopfinger, but you'll also get Grant Holzer, Kareem Williams, and Ian Rampersad getting lots of snaps as well. The tight end is Eric Hoagland. The tackles are Alex Weber and Luke Marsh. Dylan Clem and Andrew Shollet are the guards, and Cole Harger anchors that offensive line. And that first play to Kenya Houston is snuffed out very quickly on what looked to maybe be a safety blitz, Arlen. Brandon Kwiatowski coming in hard for a no gain.
Yeah, the safety's coming downfield, and he's able to evade the blockers coming out from the tight end position to make the stop. So first play from scrimmage, Hope gets no gain, 2nd and 10.
Houston joins Chase Brown in the backfield. All three of Chase's receivers to the right this time. He looks right, well covered. He's going to cut back left and pick his way forward and make something out of nothing as he's very close to the first down. That's just smart football by the senior.
Yeah, give that senior quarterback credit right there. He's using some experience that he's seen from over the previous years, but nice coverage downfield by the Adrian College secondary. So what does Chase Brown do? He's able to kind of weave his way through that offensive line, evade the linebackers, get a nice gain on 2nd down, bring up 3rd and short.
I think Chase Fronte has joined the offensive line as the tailback there, and we don't have a whistle because I don't think there was any contact. Adrian jumped, but they did get back. 4 on the play clock. Hope will snap, and Houston puts his head down and his shoulder down, and Powers gets the 3 yards that he needed. He only needed a half a yard. Arlen, he's a load, just a low center of gravity, and just a big, strong guy who's really tough to tackle.
Yeah, you got to love that call. Just real simple, going through an inside gap. Hope College's offensive line firing off of the ball. Guards are able to get hands on the linebackers that allows Houston to get the first down.
McKenzie comes near side to the left, and Kenya's going to get it again, and he's hit hard. The mouth guard removing tackle there by number 0. That's Donovan McCary, I believe, for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be the first negative yardage play of the game for Hope. That's going to be 2nd and 11. Offensive line surge was not there on that play.
So this Hope College offensive setup is really balanced with a run-pass mix. And you wonder why early part of the game are you trying to get the ball established on the ground? It sets up the pass, plain and simple. Bang, 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 and then you'll look for Chase Brown to go up top.
Brown's going to go over. He's got T.J. McKenzie, who put his hand on it at the 45-yard line, but he couldn't quite get it. Well covered that time by, let's see, we got a couple of number 2s on the roster. Jamari Cannon on the corner coverage that time. That will bring up 3rd and long. First challenging play for Hope, 3rd and long.
Yeah, great coverage on that play by Cannon. And Chase Brown put the ball where only his receiver was able to get it with the back shoulder toss. Just wasn't able to pull that and squeeze it in for the reception.
Brown will send 4 receivers this time, 3 to his right, 3-step drop. Over the middle, we got a flag on the play, overthrown, and the umpire threw the flag. What do you got, Arlen? What do you think?
Yeah, that may have been a high hit.
Or an offensive hold.
Yeah, and I think they're going to call that a hold on the Dutchman. That's going to send them back. They'll probably be declined to bring up the 4th down.
Offense, number 66. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
Good call, Coach. Just like Arlen called it, Mr. Driscoll says that's going to be a holding penalty decline. That will bring up the punt situation, and so Carter Nossinger will come in for the Dutch. A couple of receivers back for the Bulldogs. It looks like Kenny Kujawa and Brandon Kwiatowski. I'm still getting that name. I will get it. Nossinger stands at his 23, and he sends it off to the far right. It's caught at the 25. We got some flags down, probably illegal blocks. Not much of a return anyway, as the ball is currently sitting at the 28-yard line, as the defense for Hope College will come on, and we will see what the call is.
Yeah, and I think you nailed that one. It's going to be a block in the back by Adrian, and it's going to send them back even further. The ball is spotted right now at Adrian's 29-yard line, but they may go 10 yards behind that because of the penalty.
I smell pizza, Arlen. It's not supposed to come here until halftime. We got to live with the tempting smell of hot, fresh pizza just delivered to the press box. I think probably they're trying to figure out where the block occurred and then pace it off from there.
What a beautiful day for football.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Isn't it?
It is. We got a chance to check the Adrian offense. As I said, Aaron Jenkins, the 5th-year senior, is leading this team. His running back is Stephen Moses. His receiving core is Kenny Kujawa and Keontae Townsend and Cole Seslar. His tight end is Tyler Porer. The tackles are Nathan Bennett and Brandon Van Orden. And this is taking a little longer than I thought, so they're probably trying to figure out exactly where it went. Here we go.
Fouls both on the receiving team. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 23. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, clipping. Receiving team number 30. That penalty is accepted half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Adrian.
Well, for the blocking that they got, they didn't get much of a return. Credit the Hope coverage on that, and that ball is going to go deep. So Adrian does not get good field position right away. Rounding out the offense for Hope, for Adrian, their guards are Jack Sasala and Landon Banks, and that offensive line is anchored by Matt Pillow. Ball will be sitting on about the 13-yard line. Long way to go for the Bulldogs to get started.
So they're starting deep in their own territory, and this is a run-heavy offense, not really designed for pass. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to get this first possession underway.
Jenkins sitting back there with his running back Moses, and he gives it to him, and he cuts off the right side between the guard and the tackle, gets a couple, but snuffed out by that Hope College defense. Let's check that for the defensive ends are Matthew Anderson and Connor Nazliski. The defensive tackle is Joe Natosi. The nose guard is Caleb Parlberg. The linebackers are Cole Lumen and Andrew Debris and Mohammed Kamara. The safeties are Brady Howe and Nick Flegler, and the corners are Darian Nunley and likely all-league candidate Adam Vanderkoy. Second and long, and there's going to be a quarterback up off the left side is Jenkins as he gets a few yards, gets up over the 20 to about the 21, and able to be pursued there by the right side of the defensive line and defensive backfield, and that will bring up 3rd and 2.
So for Adrian, you're going to see a rushing attack done by committee here, and by committee, we don't just mean the running back. You're going to see their quarterback get into the mix quite a bit, like we just seen on that play there that gets them into a 3rd and manageable from a 2nd and long.
3 receivers to the right for Jenkins, all crammed in right about the right side hash, and it's going to be another, you called it, Arlen, another left side play. They sent receivers to the right, they tried to go left, and they didn't fool anybody on that one, Arlen Gaddy.
Yeah, so give the Hope College linebacking core credit. They had eye discipline to make sure that your eye stay in the backfield. Look at what the quarterback is doing. If he raises the ball up, you know this is likely going to be a pass. If he keeps the ball lower, he's going to try to hold it and run. That's exactly what happened. Nice 3-and-out force by the Dutchman offense, or defense.
Sammy LaFada will drop back to his 7-yard line to kick, and Adam Vanderkoy will stand at his own 40 to get his first punt return of the game. High and a little wobbly. Nice kick by Vanderkoy, good catch by Vanderkoy at the 37-yard line, where Hope will take over for its 2nd series. Credit the defense, as we said there, as they were able to stuff it out, stopped a 3rd and 1.
So here's where the chess match in football starts to take place, because Hope started their first drive at about the 25-yard line. They were able to move the ball a little bit, but because of that real stout defensive stand, they forced the Bulldogs to start deep in their own territory, and now you're slowly moving downfield with starting position. Hope now starting decent field position at their own 37-yard line.
Indeed, a good change of a good set of series for the Dutchman on that. First 2. Brown is going to hand it off. This time I think that's Elijah Smith who's in. It's always 25 and 26. I always have a hard time with it. Indeed, it is Elijah Smith, number 25, running hard up over the 45-yard line and moving the chains.
Nice run by Smith, but give credit to the center, Cole Harger, pulling from that center position to get a nice kick-out block on that defensive line. Good for a first down.
1st and 10 from the 47. Play action. He goes left. He's got Harris, but they just can't quite pull it down. TJ McKenzie over on the 37-yard line, just a little high. Again, defended well there by Donovan McCary and Jamari Cannon. Second attempt to try to get to TJ, and well played by the Bulldogs. A little high. Tough one to bring down, even if you weren't guarded well as he was.
And I'm going to look for Hope to come back to that a little bit later, because the safety did not come over to provide any type of help. So look for a hitch and go from that play later in the game.
Harris and McKenzie are to the left, but Chase Brown's going to go to his right, but he's going to overthrow Carter Nofsinger, his 3rd receiver there. Single coverage, but really a tough play there, Arlen.
Yeah, it was. And I can appreciate Hope wanting to take a shot downfield, but after the incompletion on 2nd down, you want to try to do something to shorten the chains a little bit and to avoid the situation that they're in right now with this 3rd and long.
Harris and McKenzie to the left. Ian Rampersand in for the first time. Backup receiver who's made some highlight reel plays in the last 2 years. Brown stays in the pocket, throws it, intercepted and dropped. That time intended for Terrell Harris. Well covered. Harris looking for a flag, but Arlen, I think that's just good defense. Probably throwing into a crowd makes it tough on everybody for the Dutch.
Yeah, it was great defense, but I'm not exactly sure. Well, certainly the intended target on that play was the Hope College receiver, all-conference returnee, Terrell Harris, but That was thrown late and across the middle.
With all those guys covering Harris, maybe someone else might have been a little more open. Injured player comes off on his own power for the Adrian Bulldogs, so it will be 4th down. That's Bernard Tyndall up and on his feet and exiting the game. 4th and 10 for the Dutch from their own 47-yard line. A 3 and out for them. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Dropping back to receive will be Kenny Kajawa, and I think that's number 6, excuse me. That's Brandon Kwiatkowski.
An uncharacteristic punt return set we're seeing by Adrian with 2 deep returners.
That's Carter Knopfinger doing the kicking instead of Dylan Hilger this time. Dylan Hilger taking care of most of the place kicking and field goals. Knopfinger with a low kick that's fielded about the 17-yard line, and Arlen, another flag on special teams for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, once again, this looks like a spot foul, illegal block, or block in the back. They're marking it right now at the 18-yard line. So once again, the Bulldogs, once they take possession, they get a penalty flag, and that's going to get marched off, and they'll be starting even deeper in their own territory.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team, number 23. Half the distance to the goal. Adrian keeps the ball. 1st down.
That might be a point of improvement at halftime, Coach Gaddy. What do you think?
Yeah.
Two punt returns and two penalties.
It could drive a coaching staff absolutely bananas, but sometimes that's what happens when you have 2 return guys deep, because you're going to be a little bit short in setting up a wall. On a punt, the return guys, coach, immediately you get to the outside, hit the wall, and then turn up field. And in doing that, they've got penalized twice for an illegal block in the back.
1st and 10 from their own 9. Jenkins is going to hand it off to his running back, Moses, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Who did we have in there? I think Brady Howe may have come in from his free safety position, if I'm not mistaken.
And just a smothering defensive attack, particularly for the front 4 on that Hope defensive line.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single setback is Moses for the quarterback, Jenkins. 2nd and 12. He looks over the middle. He's got his tight end. It's complete at the 25. Big play by Adrian, as a little delay pattern there. Caught by number 85, the tight end. Let's check that. That's Tyler Porer picking up the first down. A little coverage lapse there.
Yeah, so what the tight end does right there, he sets up and block, has about a 2-second delay, releases, gets behind the linebackers where there's a little bit of cushion, behind the linebacker in front of the safety.
Nice little pitch and catch from Jenkins to Poyer. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 28, 29-yard line. Going to pitch left this time for Moses. Big, strong running back, but he's cut down quickly for a little gain. Looked like making the play that time. A couple of people. It could have been Nick Flegler, Andrew Debris. I saw his number come up from the pile. Good defense by Hope, 2nd and 9.
Hope doing a great job of just pushing those running plays to the sideline, challenging Adrian with that athletic ability to be able to get a big run.
Andrew Thomas, the 1 wide receiver. Several receivers in it. That one's going to go deep. Harris makes a catch at the Hope 35-yard line. Andrew Thomas made a highlight reel play as he was fairly well covered. Credit Jenkins. He could only put it one spot, and he did.
Yeah, Jenkins was able to lead his receiver on the play. He saw he got behind the receiver, behind the safety, and there was no one there to come over for support. What a throw, great catch, 1st and 10.
Good read, really, Arlen, because he saw that was the single coverage receiver. 4 receivers this time, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. For Jenkins. Moses, the sole running back, straight drop over the middle. He's got an open player, caught at the 7, down to the 5-yard line. I think that's his tight end, Derek Porer, and it's another 1st down for Adrian. And just when we thought that Hope was winning the yardage war, the first red zone opportunity gets to go to the Bulldogs.
So 2 plays in a row, both Hope College safeties letting receivers get behind them. on that play, Nick Flegler, freshman safety, unable to keep pace with the receiver when he runs a skinny post. First and goal, Bulldogs.
I don't think that was Porter, actually. I think that was Ben Koloski, the sophomore from Milford, who picked that up. First and goal for Adrian. It'll be a quarterback keep up the right side. A little hesitation, and he's tripped up at the 4 down to the 2. Touchdown saving tackle that time by Hope College's Andrew Debris. But knocking on the door are the Bulldogs. We've got 5:56 to go. This quarter has gone quickly, Arlen. Is there, other than those 2 penalties, I mean, the clock's just been rolling and teams have been moving, but Adrian's moving better than Hope right now.
Well, that big throw set the Bulldogs up in decent position to get a quick lead in this contest.
One receiver to the left. Jenkins is going to run it in himself. Touchdown, Adrian. Adrian draws first blood with 5:33 to go in the first, with nothing to show for their first drive. They go 91 yards on 2 big plays, and Arlen, the crowd, is stunned.
Yeah, Jenkins into the end zone, standing up on that. So after he makes the big throw, 2 plays in a row, burning the secondary for Hope College, he was able to run it into the end zone and get the Bulldogs on the scoreboard.
Walker Evans, the junior from Northview, will kick. Kenny Kajawa, the sharp-handed receiver, the holder, splitting the posts, and we are at 7-0 with 5:33 to go. We're going to step aside for just a second. Mr. Steve Secor, you got something for us? We'll be right back. This is Hope Football.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
Kicking for the Bulldogs will be number 91, Alexander Willett. Standing back at his own 3-yard line is going to be Carter Nofsinger, and that ball is going to be short. He's going to run up and pick it up at the 15, the 20, 25, picking his way forward up over the 30. And the Bulldogs trying to swipe at him there to knock the ball loose. Nofsinger will have nothing of it. Good field position here. Not as good as they had, but you got to really kind of hit reset here on the offense, see if we can sustain a drive a little bit beyond 1 first down.
Yeah, the Dutch has got to respond after allowing Adrian to march the ball on their second possession of the day. Give credit to Aaron Jenkins, the Adrian College quarterback, 3 for 3 in the air, and then getting the touchdown run, 7-0, as Hope College sets up on their own 35-yard line, preparing to respond.
Kenzie to the left. Rampersand to the right comes in motion. Handoff goes to Elijah Smith, who picks his way forward and kind of stood up at about the 38, 39-yard line. Gain of, we'll call it 3, maybe 4 on the first play. Not a bad run from scrimmage from Mr. Smith. Taking some snaps here in place of Kenya Houston, who had the first series, had a couple of nice rounds, but right now it's time for Elijah Smith to get some snaps. We also might see Daniel Romano, another big load of a back to to take down. 2 receivers split each way, play action, and Chase Brown is sacked. Line blocking breaks down, and Bernard Ray Tyndall, the freshman DV from Tifton, Georgia, if I picked up the number right, puts him down, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Tyndall just came around the edge and beat the running back for Hope that was stepping up to pick up a blitz. Wasn't able to get to him, and Adrian College, they get home on the sack, forces Hope into a 3rd and 13 from their own 32-yard line.
A small but excited and vocal crowd on the eastern sideline right now for the Bulldogs. Coverage is good by Adrian once again, as Chase Brown is trying to find somebody. But in that particular case, his intended receiver, Terrell Harris, was very well covered. And Brown had to get flushed, ran to his left. Something he does well, but he just couldn't find anybody. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, he throws well on the move, but the receivers for Hope unable to get any separation. Give credit to the Adrian secondary because they're double teaming, particularly Terrell Harris. So there's got to be an open receiver here somewhere. Look for Hope to maybe sneak a running back out into the flat.
Knopfsinger will punt. Another low liner. It's going to be picked up on the bounce at the 30-yard line and brought down right away on a nice special teams play. I think that one's going to be number 31, Luke Palmer, the sophomore from Fort Wayne, making a nice solo tackle and keeping the Bulldogs in their own territory. They're going to start at their own 31-yard line, their third possession, and hoping to do something a little more effectively on defense than they did the first time, or the second series.
You know, some keys to the game here for Hope. We know what we wanted to see was Hope to jump out front early and then control the game. Or they're down by 7, but you got to control this line of scrimmage to get your team back in right now.
This looks like a playground play, Arlen. You got 5 receivers there. Jenkins is going to try to run, and he's going to get loose. He's going to pick up some yardage, actually, breaking a couple tackles up over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Well, he was all by himself back there as there were receivers spread all over the field, and Jenkins is able to pick up 6 yards.
Yeah, good call. Adrian goes 5 wide on that, and Jenkins spreads the Hope College offense, looks for an opening, and is able to dart forward for a nice gain on first down. Pickup of about 6 yards, 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Andrew Thomas will come near to the right. A little more condensed formation here. Single setback along with Jenkins. He's going to look to the right. A little hitch and go here. And it's intended, and we might have a flag, and indeed we are, as nice move by Andrew Thomas as he cut in on a little post pattern, Arlen, and beat his defender and picked up the flag.
Yeah, bad technique there by Hope College's corner. He was beaten on the play. On a hitch and go. He bought the fake, and then it allowed the receiver to get behind him. So to prevent the touchdown,
automatic first down.
So to prevent the touchdown, he grabs a hold of the receiver and gets the pass interference penalty.
15-yard penalty. He's going to bring the ball into Hope territory. Nice offensive play there to pick up the foul by the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the 48. Adrian on the move again. 2 receivers come to the near side. That's Townsend and Kujawa. 1 receiver to the left. Moses in the background with backfield, with Jenkins. Hope in their 4-3-4. And play action, deep drop. Over the middle's going deep. He's got a receiver. It's caught at the 7-yard line. Down inside the 5 is Keontae Townsend on a beautiful pitch and catch. Deep drop. That was a Division I kind of play, Arlen.
Yeah, so Thompson gets out wide, and Hope College was late to adjust to cover the slot receiver. Keontae gets runs a skinny post, wide open, gets behind the corner, no help coming over from the safety, and just like we saw before, they're picking on those safeties in the Hope College secondary. They see that they're late to respond, late to come over and provide support, and now Adrian, first goal from the 5-yard line.
3 receivers to the right. Jenkins is going to go to the left, doesn't have a whole lot, maybe picks up a yard or 2. Making the initial surge on that was Cole Lumen, the sophomore from Stony Creek High School. That'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. They certainly are in another favorable position, looking to add to their lead. Under 2 minutes in the first. Now we have 3 receivers to the right for Mr. Jenkins. And I believe he still has Moses. No, he's got a new over the middle. Wide open, overthrown. Hope College dodges a bullet as a little play action pass intended for Darius Nichols, the freshman from Brooklyn, New York. had a chance, but I think Hope got a little lucky that time. Nice design by the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, Darius Nichols, young receiver, lanky receiver, but even at that, looks like about a 6'5", 6'6" frame, unable to go up and hold down the reception. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal. Adrian spread 5 wide.
From the shotgun, Jenkins looks to his left, single coverage again. That one is just out of bounds. We had to wait for the play. That was a really nice throw by Jenkins, but credit the coverage on that one. I think that was Brady Howe, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been Adam Vanderkoy. With these old eyes, it's hard to tell the 6s from the 0s, but that was good by Hope to force Adrian into a field goal.
Yeah, I think that was Vanderkoy doing a good job of really positioning his body to force the quarterback to throw the ball long, and it's going to make Adrian try a field goal attempt here from their own 5-yard line.
21-yard attempt by Mr. Evans, and it is up, and Adrian does indeed extend its lead to 10-0. We've got 1:31 to go in the first, and after the first 2 series, it's been all Adrian. So we are going to take a break. We'll come back. You're watching Hope Football. The Adrian Bulldogs jumped on the Hope College Flying Dutchman. Early in this game, they lead 10-0. Coach Gaddy, I don't know, I wasn't really ready for that. I knew this was going to be a good game, but I thought that Hope might have a little more offensive efficiency and play a little better defense. What do you got so far?
Well, what's keeping Hope College offense from getting any rhythm is that they can't get on the field. What Adrian is doing right here is just creating some long, sustained drives. Those last 2 resulting in 10 points.
Willette is going to send a boomer into the Hope College end zone. So Hope will start at its own 25-yard line, no return. And another opportunity for the Dutch to put something together. Credit Adrian's secondary, though, Arlen. I mean, they've just been covering our guys, and we have very good receivers. So it's a commendation for them indeed.
Yeah, very good receiver. So what's going to end up happening here is that you'll see Hope getting their running back more involved in the passing game, either through a bubble screen or maybe on a wheel route. But you got to get the running back involved because they're double teaming the Hope College wideout.
T.J. McKenzie near side to the left, 2 receivers running up the middle. Elijah Smith picking them up and laying them down. Elijah Smith up over the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that wakes up the crowd over here. We got the cowbells ringing so that we know the Hope running quickly here. Nice 13-yard gain there. And another one. This time they're going to, I think that might have been Daniel Romano who checked in. Nope, that still is Elijah Smith running hard up over the 45 to the 47.
So I love the up-tempo attack. So Smith gets the big run on first down, moves the chains. The Dutch come right back at it. Plays already called to the line of scrimmage, up-tempo, and is able to pick up 4 yards on first down. 2nd and 6.
Smith, the junior from Hastings, getting some action here. Another snap's going to go his way. This one he's going to try to power right over the right guard. And actually makes a little bit out of that up near midfield, so that's going to bring up 3rd and short. It's kind of blue-collar football there for Hope. In on the stop, lots of Adrian Bulldogs, including it looked like Jackson Bush, the junior from, got the wrong roster here. I think that's DeAndre Jennings, 5th-year senior from Houston coming in, among others, making that stop.
So you're seeing the big guys up front on the line of scrimmage for Hope, firing off of the ball, being able to get to the 2nd level, get hands on linebackers. Looks like that may do it for the first quarter.
We got 15 minutes in the books. Hope College trails the Bulldogs of Adrian by 10-0. We're going to take a break. We're going to switch sides, and we'll be back with more Hope football.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life.
To 1963, Jim served the United States Navy and graduated from both electrician mate school and submarine school. He then served in both Europe and the Caribbean islands on the USS Congress, including service during the Cuban Missile Crisis. After serving as a barracks commander and completing his service, Jim returned home to Grand Rapids, Michigan. He and his wife of 58 years, Catherine, raised 3 sons. Their family has now grown with 7 grandchildren, including Flying Dutchman junior wide receiver Brad Rowan Blanton, number 8 in your program. Jim is joined down in the field today with his wife Kathy, grandson Brad, Brad's parents Aaron and Susie Rowan, and Bobby and William Blanton, and Jim's 2 other sons Ethan and Bill Rowan. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join us in a round of applause for Mr. Jim Rowan. Thank you, sir, for your service to our country in the United States Navy.
Become a Hope tradition, honoring one of our veterans from one of our service branches. Today it is the grandfather of Bradley Ronan Blanton, and so we are pleased to do that. Arlen Gaddy and Scott Vanderstoop here. Arlen, what do you got so far?
You know, a stat that jumps off of the screen here is the quarterback comparison. Aaron Jenkins for Adrian, he's gone 4 for 6, 128 yards. Chase Brown, by comparison, 0 completions, 0 passing yards for the Dutch.
Little pitch inside is going to go to Harris, but he can't pick up a block. He's able to cut it forward. He fumbles the ball, and we'll see once. It doesn't look like they called it down. So this may indeed be an Adrian recovery. Arlen, what did you have on that one?
Well, that's going to actually a pop pass, so that would be Chase Brown's first completion of the game, but he lost possession of the ball. I thought that he was able to wrangle it back together, but worst case scenario here comes to life, and the Dutch give up the first turnover of the game.
Well, that was a nice little play that resulted in a decent first down play for Hope, but now Adrian is going to take over with terrific field position on their own 47-yard line. Jenkins will send 2 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Jimmy Clark is now in as his running back. And Hope in a little 4-3 formation, play action pass, little screen to the right, and he's got some blocks, and he's up over the 45 down to the Hope 43-yard line. Kenny Kujawa picking up yards after catch, and that's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Nice play call there by Adrian. Get the ball in space. Get it to your playmaker so he can make one move on the defender, make the defender miss, and then pick up a nice gain on first down.
Took advantage of the one blocker he had out there and made a lot out of it. 9-yard gain. Kujawa now comes to the left. He's joined by Townsend. And Jenkins calls it out. And play action. He drops straight back. He's going up over the middle. And that's going to be intercepted by Hope at the 7-yard line. All the way back. He runs into his own player up over to the 10. Big play by Hope. That's Tommy Bowes. No, that's got to be somebody else. We're going to check who that is. Number 4 on the sheet is Ben Wellman or Tommy Bowes, but we're going to see once who made that interception play there. I think that's whatever it is. We'll get to it, and there's going to be. Do I see a flag there also?
Yeah, that may have been a hold
after the pick.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure who Aaron Jenkins was, who his intended receiver was on that play. He just threw it deep. And the Hope College safety playing center field is able to come up with the pick.
An illegal block in the back. Hope 3. That penalty being forced half the distance to the goal. Hope keeps the ball. First down.
Well, good news, bad news. At least we got the ball back. But there was, as you said, Arlen, you called it a penalty on that play. That was Sam Cochran. A little bit of last-minute jersey switching there, but we are all caught up now. So great play by Cochran. And as you said, it was probably an ill-advised pass, but maybe Adrian feeling the mojo, thinking, let's try to break this open early, and Hope was able to stop it.
Well, Hope gets the ball back, albeit in not so favorable field position. So they're going to start 1st and 10. Looks like the ball is right about their own 3-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of the players from Hope standing in the blue right now. Harris will come to the left. Ian Rampersand comes near side to the right for Chase Brown, along with Elijah Smith. And they're going to hand it to Smith, and he's going to try to pick his way forward, but defensive surge by Adrian is going to result in just a minimal gain. That'll bring up 2nd and about 8. Hope trying to get out of the shadow of the Haringa Athletic Center right now, as they are deep in the northern end zone.
A couple different schools of thought here, partner. One is just get the ball out with the hope that if you do have to punt, you're going to give your punter a little bit of room. But secondly, you got to play aggressive here and get something going.
Another power run play by Smith, and that's going to put the ball up to about the 7-yard line. So now, I don't know, Arlen, do you throw here? It's a risky endeavor, of course, but as you say, you want to try to get some confidence.
Well, you got to be kind of risk averse here, because Hope has only completed 1 pass, and that was a pop pass. It wasn't even something downfield. So I wouldn't be surprised to see perhaps Chase Brown even try to run it himself.
Point well taken. He is going to throw a conservative pass. He's got his receiver, T.J. McKenzie, up over the 15-yard line. First down for Hope. And boy, is that what the doctor ordered, as Hope has been trying to get something moving and a little bit of breathing room. And Chase to McKenzie is what we got for a first down at the 17.
Nice route there by McKenzie. He runs beyond the first down marker before he makes his cut, and Chase Brown hits him in stride.
Play action, rolling right is Brown. Will pass to his tight end, and he is hit right away, and that's not going to be much of a gain for the Dutchman. Chase Franti, the tight end there, taking a big hit near the line of scrimmage. It's going to come up 2nd and 10.
As Chase Brown rolls out of the pocket, nice coverage downfield. Both of his receivers, wide receivers, were covered. One at a 10-yard out, the other that was running a 15-yard play deep, so he checks down to his tight end for what appears to be maybe a 2-yard gain.
Rampersand to the right, McKenzie and Harrell to the right, to the left, Chased out of the pocket. Brown's going to go deep. He's got Elijah Smith just overthrown at the Adrian 41-yard line. Chase Brown feeling the heat from the defensive line of the Bulldogs. He let her rip and almost hit his running back out of the backfield for a 40-plus yard gain, but it was not to be.
So Elijah Smith on the wheel route comes out. Give Chase Brown credit. He avoids the incoming blitzing linebacker, Andrew Nummer. Just throws a little bit too long for his running back. 3rd and long for Hope College.
Brown again. He's going to come out. He's got Daniel Romano, who's into the game, and he picks up some yards after the catch, breaking a tackle at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Daniel Romano, a power running back, getting his first time into the game. He's been a reliable part of that backfield along with Smith and Houston. And that's going to be a Hope first down.
A powerful running back with soft hands. Romano doing a great job pulling in the reception, getting the first down, moving the chains for Hope College.
Play action for Brown. He throws it up over the middle. He's got his receiver, Ian Rampersand at the 40. Powers his way to midfield. And another Hope first down into Bulldog territory.
Rampersand doing a great job getting his hands up, letting the quarterback know that he's ready for the ball. Tucks it and fights off the defenders, moves the chains out to close to the midfield stripe, 1st and 10, Hope College.
An experienced and talented receiving core do the Dutchmen have, and Rampersand is one of them. And he has, as I said, made some really terrific plays this year. He doesn't get as many snaps as some of the others. We've got an injury on the field here that's going to require the attention of the athletic trainer of the Adrian Bulldogs. And Arlen, we finally got a little something going here thanks to the interception by Sam Cochran.
Yeah, the best offensive possession so far for the Dutchmen. They're moving the ball out from deep in their own territory, getting close here just past the midfield stripe. Just so important that we're able to kind of cash this in and collect 6 points, hopefully in the end zone.
Game is moving right along. We're under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Injured player coming up off the field on his own power, Brendan Kwiatowski. Defensive back, 5th-year senior from Sterling Heights Stevenson High School. They mark it at the 49-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10. Second time Hope has been in Adrian territory, but it's been a minute as their offense has been not as effective in the last few series.
So what Hope is doing differently right now is that they're changing up the play calling. They're passing deep, passing the flat, running the football.
Here's McKenzie on one of those flat passes that Arlen Gaddy called, and he makes about a 4-yard gain there, doing it with the help of one of his blockers, but all the rest of it was on his own. Pick up a 4, it's 2nd and 6.
The offensive line doing a great job of collapsing down, not allowing the linebackers to get through and force pressure on Chase Brown.
Carter Nossinger into the game. He'll come to the right. Brown on the snap. Play action. Drops back to his 45. He's got to be flushed. He's running. He gets away from a couple of tacklers, and he's going to manage to get back to the line of scrimmage. Arlen, I'm assuming by your motions you thought you wanted him to fire that ball.
Yeah, I thought he may have had his receiver number 83, that being Knopfinger, downfield, but he tucks it and was able to pick up a 1-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Dutchman at the Bulldog 30, check that, 45-yard line.
Rampersad and Harris to the right, and McKenzie to the left. Brown bobbles it. He's got it. He's going to throw over the middle. Ian Rampersad picks it up off his knees at the 34-yard line. He threw it exactly where he needed, Arlen Gaddy, and that's a 1st down for Hope.
So Ian Rampersad does a great job of reading the safety. When the safety comes up, then you run through coverage. When the safety sits back, then you come up, find the hole set, let your quarterback know that you're ready. Great receiving, great route, 1st and 10, Dutchman.
Harris and Rampersad will come to the right. TJ McKenzie to the left. Hoagland is in the slot in the right with a single running back is Romano. Play action pass. He's got Harris at the 25, down to the 20, the 15. And he stumbles his way to the 13-yard line. And the cowbells are ringing on the western sideline as a great pitch and catch. And another 1st down by Hope.
You got to love the way Terrell Harris goes out, makes the reception from a crossing route, and then he's given direction to McKenzie, his receiver. Come across and block, brother. You got to help me out. It's going to be 1st and 10, Dutchman at the 10-yard line. Check that at the 13.
This receiving core has been together for a while. There are 6 or 7 of them who can catch very well. And it looks like an injury timeout is going to cause a play clock reset down to 25 seconds, I think. But that won't matter as Hope is ready to roll here. Daniel Romano in as the running back. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Chase Brown. Chase Franti comes from right to left. Handoff is going to go to Romano, who bowls his way inside the 10 to the 9. Another one of those big backs that just powers his way over the right side of the line. 2nd and 6.
Wow, Romano just goes down and barrels over the defender, Donovan McCrary. Low man always wins on that. He's just playing the workhorse role, dishing out punishment on his way to picking up a gain of about 4 yards.
You can never have enough running backs, Arlen Gaddy, because they all do different things, and sometimes they get hurt. Right now, it's Romano's turn. It's been Kenya Houston as well as Elijah Smith. This time, it's Daniel Romano picking up a few more yards, down to about the 7-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Big play coming up here for the Dutch. They really, I mean, you need to score points for sure, but if you come away without a 6, that's got to be disappointing for the Dutch. They got to be thinking touchdown right now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you want to get into the end zone, but I think it's more important that you get something on the scoreboard here. So you got to be careful. No turnover, so you can't throw an incomplete pass. Romano's doing a good job hitting the hole hard. I wouldn't be surprised to see them give him the ball again.
He does indeed, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and we might have a face mask, which could be a huge help for the Dutch, as that was snuffed out very well by the left side of the Adrian dot. But we'll see once. At least we're holding her face mask, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think that Adrian did a good job of stuffing Romano at the line of scrimmage, but the penalty may bail the Dutchman out on this and give him a 1st down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 5. Half a distance to the goal, automatic. 1st down.
Yeah, you called it. And so they had snuffed the play, but just the error. Sometimes it's the penalty, but oftentimes it's the timing of the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Untimely penalty indeed. 1st and goal for the Dutch, trying to get off the egg here as they trail 10-0, 6:42 to go in the first half. Rampersand to the right, McKenzie to the left, Romano.
Back shoulder fade, Rampersand, they got a size advantage.
And we're gonna, on the first read here, it's gonna go to Romano on just a power play, pick up maybe a yard, and now we've got a play. It's gonna be some kind of an unsporting conduct, unfortunately, for somebody, as that was a late flag by white hat referee Dave Driscoll. We'll see once what it is.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 5 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
So DeAndre Jennings, 2 penalties in a row. Coach pulls him out to level set the young man, but what happens? Now Hope moves up even closer to the line of scrimmage.
Now the yardage is less important than the fact that an unsporting gets you an automatic 1st, I think. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2.
Right.
McKenzie to the left, Rampersad to the right, Romano again in the backfield, 3 yards behind his quarterback, Chase Brown. Clock rewinds at 6:25 to go. Romano, right side, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. That time it's Brandon Kwiatkowski making a nice ankle tackle and wrapped him up. And it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Kwiatkowski, he crashes down hard coming up from that corner position. Doesn't get stuck in the backfield, but goes down the line of scrimmage and makes the tackle.
2 receivers for Brown. They're going with Romano, who gets into the end zone. He goes from right to left and finds a wide open hole. Arlen Gaddy, that's some crafty blocking there as they were able to fool the Adrian Bulldogs. Romano headed to the right, and he cut hard to the left and saw nothing but orange and blue in the end zone.
So you have linebackers blitzing from Adrian on that play. An over-aggressive defense is just begging for a counter, and that's exactly what Romano does. Runs the counter, cuts back across the grain, gets into the end zone. Romano's a bruising back, but he has that quick first step. He gets to the line of scrimmage quickly and gets Hope College into the end zone.
Dylan Hilger makes it 10-7. We got 5:51 to go in the first half, and the Hope College crowd is back into it because the Hope College team is back in this game. We are at 10-7. We're going to take a little break here, and we will be back with more Hope football.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
We're back with a 10-7 game. Adrian still with the lead, but Hope with an impressive drive. Arlen Gaddy, what did you see on that drive that was so different?
Well, it's all about Chase Brown and what he's done through the air. 5 completions in a row on that drive, gets the Dutch into scoring position, allows Romano to punch it into the end zone. Dutchman on the scoreboard, now cutting the Adrian lead 10-7.
Kick into the end zone by Dylan Hilger, as he often does, and that's going to put Adrian 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Seems like it's been a while, Arlen, since I've called some Adrian offense. That was an impressive drive by Hope. They had it a long time.
Yeah, they took it the length of the field, allowed their defense to get a little bit of a rest.
Jenkins is chased out of the backfield, and he does a nice job of getting free, cutting to the right, and he's very close to the first down, and they're going to move the chains. And he didn't really give himself much time to look for a receiver, but he wisely and quickly picks up 10 yards up to the 35.
So Aaron Jenkins is proven as a quarterback to be just lethal in this Adrian rush attack.
Indeed he has, as he has provided a double threat. He sends one receiver to the left, 2 short side to the right, and the handoff this time is going to go to his number 1 back, and that's Moses. He powers his way over the 40 for another 9 or 10 yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and short for the Bulldogs. So rest or no rest right now, the Hope College defense is being tested by a very efficient and effective Adrian offense.
So what Adrian's offense has done all season long is what we're seeing right here. Ground and pound in between the tackles.
It's Thomas to the left. As Arlen said, it's a tight formation, and it's going to be once again a handoff up the middle, but this time it's smelled out by the Hope defense. That time, Stephen Moses didn't have a whole lot, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Great play there by Cole Lumen, the Dutchman linebacker coming up, making the stop, not allowing Adrian on a 2nd and 1 to get anywhere past the line of scrimmage. How important is this?
Isaiah Simon, the sophomore from Marion, coming in, and Jenkins is going to keep it, and he's very close, but Hope does a great job of putting up a wall. I think he's going to be a little short. Check that, Isaiah Simon's from Grass Lake, not from Whitmore Lake. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Tough call here as we're sitting just south of 4 minutes, Arlen Gaddy. What do you got?
Yeah, Jenkins gets right back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to go for it. Would you do this?
Well, it makes sense to go for it right now. You've had good success with your quarterback running the football. Right now, they have a jumbo package in at running back, number 24, Stephen Moses. Let's see, and he breaks it!
Wow, Stephen Moses got past the initial line of scrimmage where it looked like he might get tripped up. He ran through that ankle tackle and picks up 15 yards. Well, it was go big or go home for the Hope Dutchman that time on defense. They really wanted to, a 10-yard gain. It goes to the Hope 45, but that was a risky play by Adrian. Give him credit for taking it at that time of the game because Hope would have had plenty of time to punch it back.
Well, Stephen Moses, senior, he's a big back, 5'11", about 225 pounds, low center of gravity. He gets through that line of scrimmage and is able to pick up the 1st down. Turf Monster got him from gaining even more yards.
Jenkins is going to run to the right, and he cups up over the 40 down inside the 35, and that's going to be another 1st down.
So Jenkins grinding it out on the ground from that quarterback position. What happens is that the tight end is able to get to the second level and seal the linebacker, the outside linebacker. That would be what we would call a Sam linebacker to the short side of the field. Jenkins cuts right behind that block and picks up a first down. We've seen him do that over and over during this first half.
Indeed we have, and Hope is back on its heels on defense as Adrian is counterpunching after the impressive Hope drive to make it 10-7. And it's going to be Moses. This time he gets just a couple down to about the 30-yard line. And that will bring up 2nd and 7.
So Adrian trying to answer that long sustained touchdown drive by the Dutchman. This Hope College defense has got to stiffen up right here, prevent Adrian from getting any more points to close out the first half.
Looking over to his sideline, 17 on the play clock. And the play is signaled in. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Moses in the backfield, play action. Here comes the rush. He cuts forward. He's got a receiver open. Touchdown, Adrian! It is Kenny Kujawa from Aaron Jenkins, and Adrian has counterpunched quickly, and they have extended their lead back to 9.
So the Adrian offensive coordinator has found a mismatch, particularly with their wide out and the safeties at Hope. Once again, the wide out gets behind the safety, and there's no support. If you can get behind the corner, then the safety can come over and provide support. But once you get behind the safety, there's nothing there.
A low liner by Walker Evans goes wide to the left, and that means that the Adrian lead will stay at 9 with a $1:23 to go. We're going to take our last break of this half, and we are going to take another break, and we will be right back with more Hope football.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
We are back at Ray and Sue Smith Stadium, where the Bulldogs, Arlen Gaddy, have counterpunched very quickly, taking advantage of some soft spots that they found in the Hope defense.
Yeah, and that secondary for Hope, they're picking on these 2 freshman defensive backs.
Notzinger's going to catch it on the run at the 13, up over the 20. Nice return, and he'll get it back to about the 30-yard line. With only 1:16 to go, being down by 9 is being better than being down by 10, but you'd much rather be down by 3, and that's really kind of what Hope was hoping for coming into this half. But give the Bulldogs credit as they came back quickly and efficiently to put another 6 on it.
So the Dutchman, 3 timeouts remaining, minute 16 in the first half. And here we're going to see what's going to be really a sub 2-minute offense. All the passes have to be on the outside of the hashes.
Chase Brown has all of his playmakers in, but he's going to call a timeout. Probably a good idea here, Arlen, to make sure that you don't have something go terribly wrong. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication. What do you think? How would you put this series together? Would you go long? Would you try to, get some first downs and some kill plays, or what do you think?
Well, I think you have to take whatever the defense gives you. First of all, you're going to run a couple of 5-and-outs, maybe 10-and-outs. Again, outside the hash mark, nothing turning into the field. You're telling all of your receivers, once you make the catch, you turn to the outside, get out of bounds. If you can get upfield, maybe get upfield for a little bit. You got the timeouts to play with. You still have 2 remaining. But you're going to take whatever this Adrian defense gives you.
Bulldogs coming back out on the field on defense. It's going to be Rampersad and McKenzie to the right. And I think that this is Harris coming from left to right. Brown's going to roll right. He fakes. Now he's looking again. He's hit after he throws, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of coverage on Ian Rampersad there. Good defense as they tried to flood the right side of the field, but Adrian read that well.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball to Ian Rampersad on that hitch and go. He runs a 10 and out, looks back, and then cuts up field. So Chase Brown gives him a chance to complete the route, but the ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Dutchman.
Kenya Houston has joined Chase Brown in the backfield. He's going to go to the right. He's going to look. He's going to be open to the right, but Brown isn't going to hit him. He's going to go deep on the left side. He's got T.J. McKenzie at the 45-yard line of Adrian.
Wow,
what a great play.
Chase Brown giving directions to his receivers out on the outside. T.J. McKenzie does a great job of making his cut beyond the first down marker, gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 Dutchman at the Bulldog 45.
Don't underestimate the power of Kenya Houston being a decoy on that going the other way. And this one's complete, and it's McKenzie who's going to pick up a few, but smartly get out of bounds at the 43-yard line. You got to believe, Arlen, you're at least 13 or 15 yards away from a field goal, and that would be quite a leg. But 56 seconds to go.
Well, the wind's at your back here for the Dutchman. So another 15 yards maybe, and you're in field goal range.
Brown with 4 receivers, kind of crunched in close. Brown looks over the middle. He's got Ian Rampersad, who puts those big Forest Hills Northern paws up in the air and pulls it down at the 29-yard line. 1st down, Hope.
Rampersad does a great job of squeezing the ball and bringing down the reception.
Again, he's going back to Rampersad, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 23. He's a big guy, Arlen. He's hard to guard.
I just love the headiness of Rampersad, getting out of bounds, preserving those timeouts, getting as many yards as he can. 2nd and 5 for the Dutchman.
41 seconds to go, and they are clearly within field goal range, but I know they're smelling 6 right now. Kenya Houston joins Brown in the backfield to his left, as are the 3 receivers. Brown's going to look right. He's got a blitz, and down he goes back at the 34-yard line. Andrew Newmer, the senior from Lakeview, Michigan, home of Town Line Lake, picks up a big sack. Oh, that's a gut punch.
Yeah, no one able to pick up the linebacker coming in, blitzing. And I thought right there you had Hope College with the 3 wideouts. I thought they were going to run the skinny post, and if he had just had a few more seconds to let the receiver complete the route, could have fired off the pass, but nothing doing. Adrian gets home.
Hope's going to call a timeout here. They've got 35 to go in this. And now all of a sudden things look a little gloomy for the Dutchess. They've got really kind of one play. I mean, you want to give your field goal kicker a chance, but I just don't see him doing it from here if it's an incomplete pass.
No, you're staring at about a 50-yard field goal right here. And even with the wind at your back, that's a big ask. So you got to move the ball. You still have a timeout remaining. If you can get the ball inside the 30-yard line, maybe to the 25, you're in field goal range.
Brown, straight drop. He's chased again, and he's hit again. Another sack by Adrian College. That time coming strong was Tish LaRue from Norwalk, Ohio, and he drops Brown in the backfield.
So Brown sets up the pass and then has to move up in the pocket. Once you set the pass and move up, you can't reset. That clock's going off in your head. Linebackers coming. Defensive end blitzing in, coming down. Holds the ball a little bit too long. 2nd sack in a row. 4th and about 14 from the 33-yard line.
And I think that Hope is going to take their last time out with 2 seconds to go. And they are either going to throw it to the end zone or they're going to give Dylan Hilger a chance to be a first half hero with a 50-yard field goal. What do you think?
Yeah, so Dylan Hilger, this would be...
I see Ben Wellman out there, and he is the holder, so that's exactly what they're going to do, Arlen Gaddy. Dylan Clem will be the snapper, and this is going to be, we'll have to ask Alan Babbitt at halftime if this is good. This has got to be very close to a Hope College record, I would think, a 50-yarder.
And again, a stiff wind at your back.
Hope waiting till 2 seconds to go. And Wellman will hold. It's up. It's high. It's deep. It's good. Dylan Hilger sends it flying Dutch into the half, trailing 16-10. And we are done with one half of play, Arlen Gaddy. That's a nice way to end it, although there's a lot of work to do at halftime, I got to believe.
Well, now the Dutch are within one score as we come out and look at the third quarter. But that field goal, previous record for Hope, 46 yards. So that was pretty close.
Yeah, it was.
Hope College record.
Indeed. So, and it had a lot more to go. It was just a beautiful snap, beautiful hold, and beautiful kick. We've got one half in the books. We're going to take a break. We invite you to enjoy the sights and sounds of the good folks of Lawrence and Vanderswart, as well as some of our own promo materials from Hope College. We'll be back with a lot more football in the second half. This is Hope Football.
There's a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a marginalized family's future filling with hope. For $60, you can change the life trajectory of a family through the gift of a goat. When a family receives a goat through Gift of Hope, they have access to nutrition and income. Visit www.rca.org/givehope to shop gifts that share Christ's love. Give a different kind of gift this holiday season. Give a goat, give hope.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a marginalized family's future filling with hope. For $60, you can change the life trajectory of a family through the gift of a goat. When a family receives a goat through Gift of Hope, they have access to nutrition and income. Visit www.rca.org/givehope to shop gifts that share Christ's love. Give a different kind of gift this holiday season. Give a goat, give hope.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a marginalized family's future filling with hope. For $60, you can change the life trajectory of a family through the gift of a goat. When a family receives a goat through Gift of Hope, they have access to nutrition and income. Visit www.rca.org/givehope to shop gifts that share Christ's love. Give a different kind of gift this holiday season. Give a goat, give hope.
Welcome back to Ray and Sue Smith Stadium on the campus of Hope College. We've completed one half. We got another half to go. The Adrian Bulldogs have the upper hand on the Hope College Flying Dutchman right now by a score of 16-10. My name is Scott Vanderstoop. I'm joined to my left by Arlen Gaddy of the Michigan Sports Broadcasting Network on loan. Thank you. We're glad your agent released you for an afternoon, Arlen. Are you having fun?
Think of me as a low-level Matthew Stafford.
No, stop. It's been a good game. Both teams have played with a lot of energy. They both made their fair share of mistakes, but they've also executed at times, not unlike kind of what you would expect in an opening round of the MIAA, although they do both come in with 4 games. What are your thoughts as you review the first half?
Well, I think one of the surprises for the Dutchman is the big play ability of Adrian College. So, total yardage in the first half. Adrian 234 yards compared to Hope's 176. But the time of possession is in favor of the Dutchman. 16:42 compared to only 13:18 for Adrian. So what does that say? It says that the Bulldogs have been able to make chunk plays with the amount of time that their offense has been on the field. That's a surprise here, particularly when you look at the level of competition that the Dutchmen have gone up against compared to what Adrian's gone up against. Again, they're really picking on the secondary, particularly the freshman safety and the freshman corner. Those being Nick Flegler at the safety position and Darian Nunley at the corner. So what are we going to see? Most likely, Hope College moving into more of a zone coverage, getting away from the man coverage to utilize some more experience back there in the defensive secondary. Throw a couple of different looks in there to try to hopefully bait Aaron Jenkins to making more throws in front of the safety, not going downfield.
Grad student, 5th-year player Aaron Jenkins, 6 for 9 with 1 INT, threw 168 yards total, had one TD, was not sacked, and had his long pass of 43. On the other side, it was Chase Brown who threw it more, 12 for 20. You called it, Arlen. Adrian's more of a pound and ground kind of game. 129 yards, fewer than Jenkins had, as you mentioned. Those were chunk yards. Jenkins picked up a couple of big ones. The 25-yard pass by Brown was the longest compared to the 43 for Jenkins, again to Arlen's point. And Brown was sacked 3 times. Those were drive killers.
So one stat that I love from these receivers, experienced receivers, as you said, partner, is that there's a total of 36 yards after the catch, meaning once they get the ball, they're going to make something happen with it.
Big athletic guys, tough to cover, tough to bring down. Hilger will kick to start the first half, and it's high, and it's deep, and it's in the blue. So we will start the second half, the first possession of the second half, with Adrian having the ball at their own 25-yard line. We are glad you joined us on this beautiful October day. Arlen, we appreciate you separating yourself from your Buckeyes. I'm assuming they'll handle the Scarlet Knights just fine at 3:30, and you're not worried about it.
Gotta love DVR.
Nobody text Arlen the outcome of that game. I think my Wolverines were handling the Hawkeyes in more surprising fashion than I thought when I checked in here about 2 o'clock. First play from scrimmage is going to be Jenkins. He goes off the left side, and he's hit hard at the 27-yard line. Not much of a gain. Give credit on that play to the linebacker Cole Lumen. Came in from his interior linebacker position, We got a first injury of the second half will be one of the Adrian linemen, so we will take a little bit of a break here, and I think we'll just keep it here for now.
Yeah, so this first possession of the third quarter, important for Hope to really establish themselves defensively. What we haven't seen are the Dutchmen getting home. So Aaron Jenkins hasn't been sacked yet today. What we need to see is maybe if those front 4 are unable to get any type of penetration or pressure on the quarterback, you may have a corner blitz come in, or we'll see this Dutchman defense go to maybe like maybe a 5-2 and switch it up to give them a different look.
Jenkins, a dual threat, but he is he's more of a running quarterback than you usually see in college football, and he has had his fair share of both planned and elusive run plays that have really kept the Hope Dutch defense on its toes. You know, you'd love to, I think you're right, Arlen, it all starts with defense, but on the other hand, if we could duplicate another one of those drives like the 97-yarder that resulted in the touchdown so that Hope can establish itself, you know, this is a one-score game. I guess I'm surprised that Adrian has had the upper hand so far, but I think it does show the parity of the league. Albion will be good, Trine will be good, Olivet will be competitive. So with such a small league, there is absolutely no room for error. You really almost have to win everything. Two receivers to the right and one to the left for Jenkins. He will roll to his right. He's got time, but he is going to tuck and go and manage to make it up over the 30-yard line to the 31. Lumen again on the play, getting some support also coming in. Andrew Debris on a secondary tackle.
Once again, Lumen doing a great job as Jenkins begins to roll out of the pocket. Lumen didn't immediately crash in the line of scrimmage. He mirrors him, forces the play back inside to where the pursuit is coming from, and he's able to make the tackle for a short gain.
Four receivers on 3rd and 5 for Jenkins. They stop and look over and pick up a new signal. Two Adrian Bulldogs. One of them real, one of them decoy, giving the signal. Jenkins throws to his left. It's caught, and it is completed about the 34-yard line. I think that's going to be short. And making the solo tackle that time was number 13, Mohammed Kamara, who just really put the wood to him, but a generous spot puts that ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Adrian.
So Mohammed Kamara makes a great hit, prevents the receiver from advancing the ball, but how important was the route that you run beyond the yard marker?
Absolutely. Thomas is going to come to the right. A more compact formation for Adrian this time. That ball is going to be handed off to the lone running back on that play, and that's going to be Jimmy Clark, the senior from Fort Wayne. It's been, he runs as the sort of second in the two deep. Stephen Moses and he have been trading off. Most of them have been Moses. Not much of a gain that time. Good defense by the left side of the Hope line. It will be gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
So the chess match begins here as you come out to the third quarter, see which coaching staff is able to make the proper adjustments. 2nd and long. Adrian getting behind schedule here at their own 36-yard line.
5 wide formation. Empty backfield for Jenkins. He's going to keep it himself. He goes to the right, cuts to the left, and there's nothing doing. Leading the charge again was Lumen as he makes the wrap-up tackle from the waist down. Gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Hope defense showing a little spunk here early on, just getting started here in the third quarter.
So now the Bulldogs in a 3rd and long. 3rd and 9, I will call it long. 3rd and 10, I will call super long.
Point well taken. Townsend to the left, along with Koleski. Jenkins drops back. He's flushed out. He runs to his left. He doesn't have a whole lot. He's chased and he's brought down. Sacked in his own backfield. Number 94, Caleb Parlberg, the freshman nose guard, comes in and wraps him up, and it will be 4th down in a punting situation for Adrian.
Caleb Parlberg, the pride of Caledonia, Michigan, gets home and gets the big sack on 4th down, or brings up 4th down, forcing the Bulldogs to punt the football.
Arlen not showing his hometown loyalty there at all on that one. Back to punt for Adrian, standing on his 20, and he'll let it go. Left-footed kick goes high. Vanderkoy with a fair catch goes back to the 25-yard line in the high sunny sky and makes a nice fair catch. Hope will get the ball for its first series of the second half. They were able to stop them after just one first down. Credit the Hope defense. Now it is the Orange offense to take a shot at it, to see once if they can, to use a Gaddyism here, win a little bit of the chess match, a little bit of the yardage war, as they got a long way to go. 1st and 10 at their 25. Brown will send 2 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Might be Elijah Brown or Romano in the backfield. I can't see the number yet, and it's going to go straight up the middle, and it will be, Elijah Smith, and it's up over the 30 to the 32. Nice running by Elijah Smith, who got several handoffs in the first. They really went with Houston, Smith, and Romano taking turns. Good power running that time. And that's going to be a pickup of, well, probably about 7 for Mr. Smith. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Really nice gain on first down, running behind that big interior offensive line of Hope College. Bringing up a 2nd and short.
Franti goes from left to right, and in motion, it's a tight end position. Handoff again to Elijah Smith. Not much going there. Really no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10, kind of a horse collar tackle up at the 34-yard line. Gain of maybe 1, 3rd and 2.5 or so. Into the lineup for Hope is Eric Hoagland, the other tight end. Looks like Harris is going to come out. So go with a little more of a power lineup here. McKenzie to the left and Knopfsinger to the right. Man in motion, and it's going to be a play action. Brown's going to throw on 3rd and short. He lets it go, and incomplete, intended for Knopfsinger. Good coverage on that play by Tyrell Diener, the junior from Sarasota, Florida. The man who came north to play in the cold made a nice play there. And, well, it's an interesting call on 3rd and 3. Hoping to catch Adrian off guard, but they did not, and Hope will have to punt.
Well, Adrian brought the heat on that, and Chase Brown just unable to evade the defensive rush and set his feet and make a clean throw. We haven't seen Chase Brown on like a quarterback keeper yet. I was expecting more of a quarterback draw.
Knopfsinger will kick, stands at his 20, lets it go at the 25, and it goes out of bounds along the western sideline, and it will be marked. Stop, Mr. Official. 34-yard line as that ball is marked. Decent field position for Adrian. 3 and out. Good first down play, but then but the Dutch stalled, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Adrian. They mark it actually at the 35 now.
So Adrian coming back out for their second possession of the second half.
1 receiver to the right. Condensed formation for Jenkins. And he will hand it to Moses, who picks his way up off the right side. He's wrapped up after just a short gain as he is tackled in there by several Flying Dutchmen after a gain of 1. It will be 2nd and 9. In on that charge is, among other people, Mohamed Kamara coming in from his linebacker position.
Both of these defenses coming out strong in the third quarter, not giving an offense a whole lot of room to operate, particularly in between the tackles.
Townsend and Kujawa come to the left. And Cannon to the right. There's a hand. Oh, it's going to be Jenkins who keeps it, and he's hit hard at the 45, but he's very close to the first down mark. Chase Jenkins is a tough nut back there. He's willing. There's no sliding on his part, Arlen, as he really takes his licks, as he is a running quarterback in the clearest sense of the way, in sense of the phrase.
Well, Jenkins, the leading ground carrier for this Bulldog attack, and we talked about running back by committee, but he's the committee chair at the quarterback position.
Give me the ball and I'll run it. He's back there now with his running back Moses, who gets it up over the 45 and lowers his shoulder down to the 49. Lumen in on the stop along with Matthew Anderson.
Stephen Moses, one of those running backs that once he gets the football, he's looking for contact.
Indeed. That low center of gravity makes him tough to bring down. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 49. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. That's Jalen Minnie, and we've got a flag, and that's probably going to be a procedure call. We'll see what Mr. Dave Driscoll has to say.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 85, 5-yard penalty. The down remains 2.
A helpful penalty for Hope and an untimely one for the Bulldogs. That'll bring it back to the 44, 2nd and 11, and that's got to change the play call here, I would think.
Yeah, agreed, partner. What it does is that it slows down the pace of the game, forces the Bulldog to reevaluate, like you said, the play calling. It's just amazing, even a 5-yard penalty, what it does to shift the momentum in an offensive drive.
Indeed, 4 receivers for Jenkins, 2 to the right and 2 to the left. He claps his hands to get the snap, and he's going to keep it. And he doesn't have much of anything as he is snowed under by the left side of the defensive line for Hope. And I guess if you have a running quarterback, you want to run on 2nd and 11, but Hope had it read well.
Well, what you're looking at are spies on the Dutchman defense that's mirroring Jenkins, particularly from the safety spot. That's a little bit of ways away, but he's sneaking up closer to the line of scrimmage. So once Jenkins gets the snap in the shotgun, if that ball comes down, safety's coming up the mirror.
3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Jenkins all alone at his 40. 2-step drop over the middle. It is complete, and that's going to be a first down for Adrian. And that pass is complete to Kenny Kujawa for a 13-yard gain. And on 3rd and long, Adrian delivers a critical conversion completion.
So here's the risk that you run if you're the Dutchman. With a 5 wide, no one in the backfield, you send a blitz, and the hope is that you're going to get home to the quarterback before he's able to spot the open receiver. And that's exactly what happened. 1st and 10, Adrian.
Kujawa, with ice water in his veins, stood in the pocket and completed.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, Adrian has stumbled a few times with untimely penalties. You remember, Arlen, the first half where they had those tough illegal blocks on punt returns. This time, 2 times in this series alone with 5 yards. It so far has not abated them, but it does make it 1st and 15.
1 step forward, 2 steps back, but Adrian going right back to the 5 wide. We don't see the Dutchmen look like they're sneaking up into a blitz formation.
Jenkins over the middle. It's tipped. It's intercepted and dropped. Muhammad had a shot at it, but he couldn't quite get it to 38 as he slams his hands together thinking he saw it. It was right in front of him, but it had a little bit of a wobble and he had to run after it. Muhammad Kamara almost made a nice play, but it will still be 2nd and 15. Good position for Hope.
Well, that's just the type of momentum changer that you're looking for in this game. One of the big hog mollies get their paws up to tip the ball, and Muhammad Kamara so close to getting the pick, but it sets up a 2nd and 15 from the Hope College 48.
Jenkins with a single back, play action. He's getting rushed. He stays in there, and he throws it almost complete, and we've got 1 flag downfield. The pass was intended for Keontae Townsend, and we might have a DPI on this. We'll have to see. And to be honest with you, Arlen, Jenkins was hit, and it was about as late as it could be without being a penalty, as someone really put the wood to him. He's kind of shaking here. I'm sure he will stay in the game. Downfield officials talking to lead official referee Dave Driscoll, who will let us know what's going on.
That's going to be close. That was really a bang-bang play, but the flag comes out.
We might have defensive holding. Here we go.
Prior to the pass, holding, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot with an automatic. First down.
Well, I'm sorry to say that I was right, defensive holding. That's a tough play for Hope.
And what you see happening there is that when the receiver goes out, makes his cut to come back to the quarterback, the defender is already beaten, unable to make up the ground, so they start grabbing. Poor technique. that allows a 1st and 10 for the Adrian Bulldogs.
1st and 10 at the 38. Adrian with the lead in Hope territory. 5.5 to go in the third. Hope needs a couple of big defensive stops here. Jenkins is going to go up the right side. Incomplete. Intended for his receiver, Kenny Kujawi. He had him open, but it was a tough play as it was well played, well defended by Hope, and it will bring up 2nd and 10. But Jenkins looking like a throwing quarterback on that one. He never gave running a second thought, fired it downfield, but couldn't quite connect.
Well, it was a good call from 1st and 10 after you get the defensive holding. You're set up inside of Hope territory, inside the 40-yard line, so you take a shot downfield. Challenge the Hope College secondary on that one. They're unable to make the reception. 2nd and 10 from the Hope College 38.
Jenkins is going to run it off the left side this time. He's got nice blocks. He finds a hole. He's loose at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Adrian. On a 2nd and 10 play, a simple little quarterback keeper off the left side. He had great initial blocking, Arlen Gaddy, but then he just was so smart in carving his way through those holes.
Oh, once he got past the second level, got through the linebackers, he splits the safeties and turns on the afterburners and get into the end zone.
Adrian extends its lead 22-10.
We talked about how Adrian Jenkins from the quarterback position is just so dangerous running the football, and he shows why on that play right there. And for the second time, the PAT is no good.
Walker Evans sends it far wide to the right this time, so it is a 12-point game. But it is all Adrian here as Hope College has a hill to climb as the Dutchman playing at home in the league opener is down by 12. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back with more Hope
The River
football.
Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
An impressive drive by the Adrian Bulldogs, overcoming a couple of motion penalties, Arlen, but then just really smart running with good initial blocking, and that loosed Jenkins for a 35-yard touchdown run.
Well, the Hope College defensive teams, they're all huddled together, examining how they're going to be able to control Jenkins from that quarterback position from getting the chunk yardage.
Nofsinger returns it from about his 10-yard line up to the 27-yard line. Hope will take over there for their second possession. And this game has been cruising right along. We haven't even clocked 2 hours yet, and we're winding down into the second part of the third quarter. And time has not become an enemy of Hope yet, but they've got to establish that they can put a drive together and start to take control of the game. And they, of course, got to put a couple scores on the board.
Well, this Hope offense has just been out of sync, unable to really build ongoing rhythm in this game.
Here's Kenya Houston, the senior running back who powers his way forward. Nice initial play by the Hope offense up over the 40-yard line. 11-yard gain, more than that, a 14-yard gain by Houston. And that's going to be a 1st and 10, exactly what Hope needs to try to start moving down the field.
Kenya Houston at 5'9", 196. He's a scat back. And once he gets through the line of scrimmage, he can.
They're going to give it to him again, but this time not a whole lot. Flag coming in from behind the line of scrimmage. And likely something illegal by the Hope offense here, as we will wait for the call, but that's going to largely erase the great run by Houston on the previous play.
During the run, holding, offense, number 73, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
What's unusual about that is to see an offensive holding play on the interior offensive line on a run play. Usually that happens when the quarterback is trying to scramble and get some time in the backfield and a lineman is beaten.
I didn't even think the play lasted long enough to find someone to hold, but they did, and so it is now for a spot foul. It's going to bring it back. Well, no, it's going to be from the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 1st and 20. And 4 receivers will come out, 3 to the right. And now we've got a whistle stop, and I think we're going to have another penalty.
Ball start. Up. 2. Still first down.
Yeah, just a lot of mental mistakes right now for this Hope College offense. You know, we talked about just the difficulty the offense has been getting into a rhythm.
Hope will pull out a 1st and 25 play from their playbook here, from their 25-yard line, and miscommunication as Brown and Houston bang into each other, and that one is a blown-up play in the backfield, and it's just going from bad to worse here. We need something good for us to happen for the guys wearing orange. 2nd and 25.
Yeah, well, this offensive drive is not going to win a beauty contest because it's straight ugly. We've seen 2 penalties going reverse yardage, and now we're on, 2nd and 25 from our own 26-yard line.
Harris and McKenzie to the left. Rampersad, who had a good first half, to the right. Brown has got time. He's got his receiver over there, McKenzie. He's going to cut back to the middle of the field. Nice yards after catch by TJ, up over the 35. Nice little gain. It'd be really great if it weren't 2nd and 25, because now it's going to be 3rd and 16.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 from the Hope College 35-yard line. You just got to get some positive momentum going here on this drive.
Chase Franti checks into the game. Offense looking over to the sideline. Rampersad and Harris to the right. McKenzie to the left. The running back is Smith. Play action. They're going to go deep to Rampersad. He reaches up and he can't quite get it. Both of the people competing for it. Hope College coaches pleading for defensive pass interference, but I got to say, Arlen, it looked like both guys are going for the ball there. Good defense.
Yeah, cornerback Tyrell Diener for Adrian did a great job of getting his head around, looking for the football, and that's insurance against a pass interference penalty. If you're just looking straight at the receiver with hands up, and the receiver's trying to go for the ball, you'll get the flag every time. But if the defensive back can turn his head around, that ball is open for anyone while it's in the air. That prevents the pass interference penalty.
Knopfinger kicks it, and it is pounded beyond the receiver, Kenny Kujawa, but it was too good of a punt as it rolls all the way into the end zone. That's going to be, I think that was a 65-yard kick because that came from the Hope 35. Well, that's a little bit of good news. It would have been nice to roll dead at about the 1, but it doesn't, so that means Adrian will take over on the touchback, 1st and 10 at their 20, and Aaron Jenkins will bring his troop out once again, hoping to duplicate what they did on the previous drive, which is to hang another 6-pack on the Dutchman. One receiver to the right, Jenkins, with Moses in the backfield, and he picks up maybe a yard or so. Leading the charge for Hope that time was Andrew Debris from his linebacker position. Gain of 3, it will be 2nd and 7 as the clock winds at 2:17 to go.
This game is going real fast, and for Hope College, this defense, you've got to get off of the field right here. So 2nd and 7.
Can't really afford to give up more points, can you? 2nd and 7 from the 23. 3 receivers crammed in close to each other on the left for Jenkins. And here's a handoff, and this one is a nice ankle tackle that time by, again, Andrew Debris, making 2 nice plays in a row. And that's exactly what we need to do. Adrian, I'm sure, is looking to spill a little clock here. I mean, it's plenty of time, but Hope has not shown that they are going to be able to strike big and strike fast. And so right now they're happy to put a couple of running plays together consistent with kind of who they've been.
I like Andrew Debris from that linebacker position. He attacks downhill at the line of scrimmage. 2 good plays by the linebacker.
Wrapping them up from the waist down. 4 receivers now on 3rd down. Jenkins will throw. He's chased. There's a flag. And Jenkins is going to chase. There's another flag. And he'll just throw it away. And he was outside the tackle box, so we're not going to have grounding. But I got to believe we have two illegal block calls of some kind, don't you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And that's the benefit of sending a blitz package. Either one of those blitzing linebackers or from the corner blitz, they're going to get home with the tackle on Aaron Jenkins.
Offense, number 76. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
Well, finally, Hope College gets a 3 and out. And you were mentioning, Arlen, they were able to get to the quarterback and flush him out. And that just forces the offensive lineman to do something desperate.
Exactly. So if the blitzing linebacker can get home, you'll get the sack. If not, you're going to get an offensive lineman reaching to try to get control of the blitzer. That's the holding penalty.
Sammy LaFata, a rare punt opportunity for him, almost blocked. Adam Vanderkoy came up a little bit close on. He was standing at his 35, and it takes kind of a 7-iron on the green Hope College bounce, and that will be killed by Kujawa at the 43. That's actually pretty good field position, Arlen Gaddy, because we haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here in the first 14 minutes of this quarter.
Maybe your 7-iron. My 7-iron goes sailing past the green.
Well, in any event, we will start at the 43-yard line, and if you don't put points on the board on this drive, Arlen, you gotta drive it deep and continue to win the field game.
Yeah, and you're starting with good field position here at your own 42-yard line.
Muffed snap on the shotgun pistol formation, and that's going to force Chase Brown to put his head down and pick up 2 yards. Not how they drew it up, so not a great start to this drive. 2nd and 8. And the team will look over to their 2 signal callers wearing their yellow safety jacket shirts, so they are able to be seen easily.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of confusion in this Dutchman offense that's really extended from that last offensive drive.
Harris will go from left to right, play action, and lots of over the middle. It's complete to TJ McKenzie at the 43. He's pushed back to the 45, but then fights his way forward to the 40. First down, Hope with a flag on the play downfield.
Yeah, that flag on the play is going to be for a defensive hold. The Adrian safety had a handful of jersey as number 6 for Hope College, 6 being
Harris.
Terrell Harris went streaking past him.
Defense, number 0. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, it's a 1st down.
You called it, Arlen Gaddy. That was it. He wrapped up Terrell Harris, but that wasn't his intended receiver, maybe because Harris was being held. And so Chase Brown wisely found TJ cutting across, and TJ does what he does best, makes a great catch, and then makes athletic plays. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We got 15 more minutes to go, and Hope's got 12 points to catch up. We are going to take a break, and we'll be back with more Hope football.
Made for this. I was made for this.
15 minutes to go in this battle of MIAA contenders. Everybody's in first place in week one, Arlen Gaddy, but I'm sure Hope would have appreciated and preferred to be in a better position after 45 minutes than they are down by 12.
Yeah, I think they're caught a little bit by surprise with kind of just the fortuitiveness of this Adrian College offense. We talked earlier about how the record and the level of competitiveness that Adrian has had on their schedule up to the point so far.
But Elijah Smith is hitting the backfield as he tries to run off the right side, and that's going to bring up a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Not a bad way to start when you've got decent field position after the nice McKenzie catch and run. But that's going to put a second and long, 2nd and 12, 11 and a half from the 41-yard line. I think it's 2nd and 11. 2 to the left is Harris and McKenzie. Brown will drop back. He's got a little screen to his tight end. 35 down to the 30, picks up a block, rolls his way under the 30, down to the 27-yard line. That's Eric Hoagland, the tight end, and he picks up a Hope first down.
Great execution by the Hope College offensive line. On that screen, you do a set and release. You come up in your blocking position, put your hands up, make contact with the defender, and then you release and you go and set up the wall. Great job, great execution that results in a first down for the Dutchman at the Adrian College 27-yard line.
Chase Franti comes in for Hoagland at the tight end spot. Knopfsinger to the left and TJ McKenzie to the right. Play action. Chase has time. He throws in the end zone. Tipped and almost caught. A great defensive effort by Jamari Cannon, the junior from Detroit, who got his paw up just in time to knock that offline because TJ McKenzie was looking at 6.
Yeah, McKenzie got behind the safety, but Jamari McKinnon doing a great job of making up ground there, getting his hand up to deflect the pass and prevent what would have been just a beautiful touchdown reception.
Hope countering quickly with another play from scrimmage, and that's going to be Elijah, and he is going to be dropped in his backfield. Not a lot going there as a straight dive play by Elijah Smith results in little or no gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long for Dutchman offense.
13-12, clock running. You notice, Arlen, the offensive players for Hope, as they look to the west now, as this sun starts to dry, they put their hands up like they're like they got to block the sun as they're trying to get the sign signals from the sideline. Play action for Brown. He goes left side. It's caught and dropped as he cut back. It was good defense that time by Cannon, and TJ outplayed him but just couldn't quite get it as Cannon was there, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, TJ positioned himself so well, TJ McKenzie, to come back to the football but wasn't able to pull it in. Well designed, great call, but just falls incomplete. So now Hope sets up in field goal formation.
Well, this is a chip shot compared to what Hilger did at the end of the first half, but it still is a 44-yarder. It's against the wind this time. It's up after a slightly high snap, and that one is going to fall short and fall to the right. The snap was a little higher and just couldn't quite get it down. I think the wind had something to do with it, and frankly, Adrian had a pretty good surge on it, so they had to hurry the play. So the score remains 22-10. Boy, Arlen, you just hate to come away with nothing in your pocket after a drive like that.
You know, I agree with the call versus a punt because your net yardage wouldn't have been too different than where it is right now, maybe a 15-yard net. So the aggressive nature, when you get some type of offensive momentum going, try to squeeze some points out of it. But the Dutchmen come away with nothing on that drive. They're still down by 12 points, 12:44 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Adrian 1st and 10 from their 27. Handoff up the middle, powers up to the 30-yard line. That is the running back. I think that's Malik Ray, 5th-year student from Hudson. I don't think we have heard his name too much tonight. First time I remember calling it. He picks up 3. Both Hope and Adrian using multiple running backs. For Adrian, it's been Ray and Moses and Clark. And for Hope, it's been Houston and Smith and Romano. 2nd and 8. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 7 on the play clock, and snap goes a little low, but Jenkins is going to pick it up and just run like just a power sweep to the left, and he picks up great yardage up over the 35. It's going to be third and very short.
So Jenkins, 15 carries, 97 yards on the ground for Adrian College, accounting for both of those scores, one in the air, one on the ground.
He just gets behind his blockers and has had a lot of success today. 3rd and 1, 11:26 and running. Jenkins with 3 receivers and 1 running back, and he'll give it to the running back, and he gets up over the 35, the 40, out of bounds. Stephen Moses picks up a first down and an 8-yard gain, and the clock will continue to run even though he's out of bounds, and it's going to be Adrian 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Stephen Moses gets to the line of scrimmage, does the jump cut to the outside, and picks up first down yardage. So just under 11 minutes remaining in the contest.
Adrian in a position they definitely want to be, up by 2 scores in the ball and the clock running here in the 4th. 3 receivers for Jenkins. He'll hand it off again to Moses, who will power his way up over the 45 to the 46 or 47. Ground and pound, Arlen, and right now this is exactly what they want to be doing.
Yeah, you're going to get a heavy dose of Moses throughout the rest of this 4th quarter as Adrian tries to just grind the clock, force Hope College to use some of their timeout. It's still early in the 4th quarter. We have a lot of football left here, but we're not seeing anything through the air with Adrian. They're trying to keep that clock moving and keep the ball on the ground.
It's been a defensive second half. Adrian 6 points, the only score by either team. Jenkins will keep it, 45 up over midfield, down to the 46. Another first down for the Bulldogs as Aaron Jenkins just grabs the ball, tucks it in, and follows his blockers.
Yeah, seeing a lot of high tackling by the Dutchman defense, and that's usually indicative of a play getting behind you. You're unable to get in position and stay low, so you're reacting.
1st and 10 from the 48. Adrian in Dutchman territory. And 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Another handoff. This one is going to go to his running back. That's Malik Ray, and he gets a couple down to the 45. Clock continuing to wind at 9:05, and a timeout for a Hope injury. And we will catch our breath here. We'll stay with it. It looks like we'll be, if we go to a spot, we'll probably miss something. But Arlen, we even if Hope can come up with a spot here, they've got to come up with some magic sauce to try to punch that in. They're scoreless here in the second half.
Yeah, well, what we need to figure out here is how to get the ball vertical downfield. So we've seen on the touchdown drive that the Dutchman did have, it was a whole lot of ground attack. We saw Chase Brown go 3 for 3 in the air, but those were all short passes. So what we haven't seen is a chunk play from the Dutchman offense, either on the ground or through the air. Now with 9:05 remaining in the 4th period, the Dutchmen are looking at not only the Bulldogs as their competitor, but the time remaining on the clock as well.
Wyatt Tucker being helped off here. Looks like ankle or knee injury, and he's very, very ginger on his right knee right now. He will come off the field. We will restart the game, and the clock will rewind. 2nd and 8 from the Hope 45. Hope in desperate need of a stop so they can have a chance to punch it in here. They are scoreless here in the second half. A 97-yard drive in the second quarter and a 50-yard Hilger field goal have accounted for all of the Dutchman scoring so far. 2 to the left and 1 to the right. And Jenkins is going to take it off the right. He gets loose at the 40, and he's inside the 35. A first down for Adrian. He's brought down by Sam Cochran, but not before he picks up 11 yards and another first down.
No answer for Aaron Jenkins and his running ability throughout this game. I saw that Hope had a linebacker kind of spying on Jenkins, but that's going to be a mismatch, him going up against the linebacker.
1st and 10 at the 35. Clock winding. We're at 8 minutes flat. 3 receivers for Jenkins. He hasn't used them a whole lot here on this drive. Handoff is going to go inside to his running back. That's number 21, Ray. And he is tripped up, but not until he falls forward and picks up 4. 2nd and 6. Boy, this is a drive to please the hearts of the Adrian staff. This is exactly what they need right now.
Yeah, they're just pounding it out on the ground right now. That rushing attack being led by the quarterback, Aaron Jenkins, 113 rushing yards for the signal caller. And now they're just outside the Hope College 30-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Stephen Moses back in the game at running back. He stands to the left of Jenkins, and Moses will get it. He'll put his head down. Stopped that time by Hope as he's gang tackled at the 30. That's what they needed, of course, but they have been able to answer most of the time. Has Adrian Joe Natosi, the defensive tackle, making the stop. We're at 3rd and 5.
So the first time in this drive, we're seeing Adrian in a passing situation. 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. I
think they'll just give it to Jenkins and let him run. He's had a lot of luck with that. But you're right, Arlen. They do have 4 receivers. And it's Ray, the back, along with Jenkins. He takes it, and he's going to keep it. And he is dropped in his backfield. Big play that time by Andrew Debris from his linebacker position. 4th down for Adrian.
Andrew Debris showing some speed at that linebacker position, reading the play well, seeing that Jenkins, looking like he's going to run the football, comes up and makes the stop. We have 2 Bulldogs down right now, one of which being Aaron Jenkins.
It is indeed. So he is waiting for some attention from the athletic training staff while we wait for a 4th and 7 play. The defense is gathered around the defensive coaching staff over there, led by Jacob Parlberg and Jacob Studdard. And we will see once here. What do you think, Arlen Gaddy? You got 4th and 7 at your opponent's 33. You're up by 12. There's really no harm in going for it here, don't you think?
Well, there isn't, but you have to win at your back as well. So, not sure what the field, what the range is for Adrian's kicker, Walker Evans. He's a senior.
He's missed 2 PATs, but if he has a chance to get it up in the air, he might be able to do something. I don't see any indication that they're going to go for it, but it would be an interesting attempt. As you had mentioned earlier, when Hope was in this position, the net yardage, unless you got a kicker who can just laser it inside the 5, probably go for it.
Well, Adrian up by 2 scores here, and what we've seen is that they're able to move the ball on the ground. The Dutchman offense has just not been able to find a rhythm, so I'm not surprised to see Adrian go for it here.
They are going to go for it, and it's going to be 4th and 7, 13 on the play clock. They're a little late coming out, but they know the play they're going to run. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The Hope crowd exhorting their Dutchman to come up with a big defensive play here. And there is a new quarterback in, and he's under, and he's dropped! It's a fumble, and Hope recovers. The new quarterback on the play, Noah Heidi, the junior from Macomb, got a rude welcome to that game as Jenkins had to come out for an injury, and Hope takes over.
What a great call on 4th down. You have a new quarterback in the game. You send the blitz. He hasn't had time to warm up yet. So you sit in the blitz, they get home and not only get the sack but cause a turnover. It was 4th down. So the Dutchman on a big defensive stand takes over on downs at their own 42-yard line.
I remember when Kirk Cousins, our local favorite son here, was backup quarterback for Robert Griffin III. He said the first thing you do when you think you have to go in the game is you ask yourself, where's my helmet? Well, Heidi found his helmet, but he also was greeted by a blitz by the Dutchman, and so Hope takes over. A short gain on 1st down. It's a gain of 2 on a little short pass to the left side for Chase Brown. There's a sense of urgency here from the Dutch, and that ball is complete, and the 48-yard line by T.J. McKenzie having to fall down and kind of stretch out to get it in deep traffic, and another short gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. Hope moving quickly.
And again, the Dutchman taking whatever the defense gives them, but a 3rd and manageable.
They're going to go left side this time. Rampersad jumps high at the 45, and he barrels his way down to the 40. Ian Rampersad jumping high and getting those Forest Hills Northern Husky paws up in the air, Arlen Gaddy.
Mr. Reliable Ian Rampersad doing such a great job. Back to the line, the Dutchman.
Deep, and that ball is picked off. And I think, we've got flags all over the place, not the least of which is, I think, going to be an unsporting call on Adrian, as it looked like somebody just really put the wood to Elijah Smith out in the open field after the play was dead. We're going to have to sort this out. It may have been a defensive play, and they didn't blow the whistle loudly enough.
Yeah, that may have been a free play for Chase Brown.
Maybe defensive.
Legal procedure.
Or could it have been a defensive encroachment? We probably should stop speculating and let Mr. Driscoll tell us.
Well, there's a lot of laundry on the field.
There is, and there's going to be that second dead ball foul, too, and that's going to go, I think, against Adrian. Let's turn up the field mic here and see what we get.
Side defense. That play must be expected. During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block. By rule, that penalty must be declined. It'll be 1st down, Hope.
Well, upgrades for the officiating crew for knowing how to administer those penalties. I think that was an Adrian penalty, so the Bulldogs may have dodged a bullet there, because I think they were by rule required to take the first penalty, even though someone really put a hit that time on, I think it was Elijah Smith. 1st and 5. Finally, a little good news for Hope as they are trying to get something going, as it's 4:27. The clock has become their enemy. Certainly not their friend. 3 receivers. The tight end in the slot position, 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, is Hoagland, along with Elijah Smith. Brown goes left side. He's got T.J. McKenzie, who gets it at the 26 and barrels his way down to the 21 for a 1st down for Hope.
T.J. McKenzie does a great job of running his route behind Terrell Harris. Harris acts as a decoy, draws attention, and then McKenzie goes right behind him to get the reception.
T.J. McKenzie brings great energy to the football team, as he does to the men's basketball team. Two-sport athlete is rare these days, and I think Adrian might call a timeout.
Adrian, 1st charge, timeout the half.
That is probably a pretty good call, and that's going to give us a chance to take a little 30-second break. If someone over in our crack production staff could fire something up, we'll be back with more Hope football in 30 seconds.
My name is Evan Thomas. I'm a rising senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I want to set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
Hope College trying desperately, as they did in their first 2 victories, to climb out of a deficit into a victory. But boy, Arlen, do they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and a field goal is not going to do a whole lot of good right here. The Dutchmen have got to get the ball into the end zone. Still have 3 timeouts remaining, down by 12, 4:21 remaining in the contest.
Brown on a straight drop. He moves into the pocket, goes left side, and it is tipped by the defense. And then Terrell Harris got a chance at it, but he was falling backwards, and it falls incomplete, and it will be 2nd and 10. I think that was Wadis Ashman, number 8, although the uniform's a little scrunched up, so it might be a 3 or it might be a 6.
I think you're on that one, partner. Wadis Ashman gets his hand on the football.
Here is Brown in a 2nd and 10. He sends Elijah Smith in motion over the middle, caught and dropped by Rampersand just a little in front of him, and Hope is making it tough on themselves right now. It's 3rd and 10. They trail by 2 scores, 12 points, 4:11 hanging on the clock.
Chase Brown does a great job, however, of recognizing the blitz. Andrew Number, the linebacker, coming in for Adrian College. What does a smart quarterback do? You throw into the blitz where he had his receiver on an inside slant, unable to pick up the reception.
Hoagland, the tight end, on the right, and Brown's going to keep it and go right and get down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. And now Hope is faced with what potentially could be its last play, and they're not going to mess around. They're going to go right at it on 4th and 6. And Brown is being chased out of the pocket. He might have a spot. He gets to the line of gain inside the 10. Well, maybe right at the 10, but he only had to get to the 13. First down, Hope.
Chase Brown does a great job of recognizing an open field in front of him. His receivers go long, takes the linebackers with him. He has nothing but open pasture, sees the green space, runs for it, picks up the first down. Hope College 1st and 10 from the 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
The offense lives to fight another day as the clock is winding down. In the defense, intercepted by Adrian. Intended for Rampersand, but it was a little short, and that was picked off by Tyrell Diener. We've called his name a time or two, Arlen Gaddy, and boy, he just had great coverage.
Yeah, that pass was a little flat, and if you're going to try to do a fade right, you got to get a little air up under it and let your receiver go up for the reception.
Credit to Neely, who just went high to get it, and Rampersand, pound for pound, can out athleticize almost any cornerback or safety who guards him. But you're right, it just wasn't right there, and Rampersand was behind the play, hoping to get one high up and over, use his height. But it was not to be, as that interception is a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and so close with 3:22 to go. Now, Hope is going to need a couple of miracles. Right up the gut there is going to be the running back Malik Ray. We've called his name quite a bit here in this second half. He, along with Moses and Clark, have really carried the load and just kind of pounded the Dutch defense into submission.
So the Dutchmen have 2 timeouts remaining. If they can stop the momentum of the Adrian College ground game from picking up a first down here, they should get the ball back with about maybe 2:20 remaining on the clock, but still you're down 2 scores. That's just how devastating that interception was in the end zone.
Critical drive, but so effective until the very last play as Hope moved it all the way down from their side of the fields. Don't remember exactly, somewhere around the 35-yard line. 3:17 to go, 2nd and 8. Hope, as Arlen mentioned, making a wise timeout selection here to try to save some clock, because Adrian would take 39 of those 40 seconds off the play clock any chance that they could. Jenkins is going to hand it off once again, and it's going to be wrapped up early and effectively. Tackles led by Cole Lumen. He's had a great game from his interior linebacker position, and Hope is going to once again, they're only going to lose 4 seconds, but a couple of really good things have to happen in order for this to end up with a Hope victory. Adrian trying to extend the game and Hope trying to shorten it.
So if the Dutchmen are able to tighten up, force Adrian into a punting situation, they'll get the ball back with about maybe 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Hopefully right around their 40-yard line. So they'll be in decent field position to try to get the ball downfield, but they've got to get some chunk plays on offense. But first, you got to handle your business right here, and the defense has to get off of the field.
This is the play where this will have to happen, as Hope has to stop the Bulldogs on 3rd and 8. Jenkins with his running back, but it doesn't matter because Jenkins is the running back, and he's up close. I think he got it. Up near the 30-yard line, Chase Jenkins just tucks the ball under, heads left, follows his blockers, and that is just old school football. We'll see where the mark is.
Yeah, they're going to mark him a little bit short. He steps out of bounds, but why do anything that hasn't worked for you all day long? And that's Aaron Jenkins carrying the football for this Bulldog offensive rush attack.
So that is Hope's 3rd timeout, and that will prompt an Adrian punt unless they're feeling incredibly like a riverboat gambler here. You want to play the yardage game. You don't want to give Hope any opportunities. And the best that Hope could hope for is, as you called it, you drew it up, Arlen, it's going to be under 3 minutes, and we'll get the ball somewhere maybe north of the 30-yard line so that they can at least try to put something quick together and see if we can get, a big play to Harris or Rampersad or McKenzie, although that hasn't happened. I mean, they just, they've only scored 1 touchdown so far.
Right, and I can't imagine that Adrian is not going to go for it here on 4th and short. They're
Oh, you think so?
Oh, absolutely. Their defense has played well, particularly here in the second half, shutting out Hope College's offensive attack. Oh, they're going to punt it here, looks like, on a 4th and 1.
We think they're going to punt. Wonder if they have any tricks up their sleeve. Vanderkoy will drop back to his 35-yard line, and the punter for Adrian again will be Sammy LaFata, a name we haven't called a lot because, frankly, Adrian hasn't had to punt, and he will let it go. A nice punt, and that's going to drive Vanderkoy back to a fair catch at the 28-yard line. Vanderkoy making a nice play in the high and sunny sky, but a long way to go with 2:53 to go here in the game. Hope trailing by 12, and they got to get something back. I got to believe, Arlen, that you're going to go with some kind of nickel package and put guys back. I know it's not like you want to put them at the goal line, but you certainly don't want to bunch up in them in single coverage or anything at this point.
No, and so I don't expect to see any type of prevent defense, there's not going to be any man coverage. But you're right; they're going to go into probably a nickel package. You see the linebackers are 10 yards off the ball.
Brown got time. He's going to go to the right side, and it's caught by McKenzie. Great play. Caught at the 40, and he comes out of bounds. And that will stop the clock, and that will advance the chains. And that will stop the... And so the clock rewinds, and Chase Brown is going to be dropped in his backfield back at the 35-yard line. Coming in hard that time was DeAndre Jennings, the 5th-year senior from Houston.
And the Dutchmen have to hurry up. They're out of timeouts.
Brown is going to go again, and he's going to go over the middle, and it's intercepted, and that will be it. And that's going to be Donovan McCary, who's pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Adrian College has won this game as they have made the last effort from the Dutchman fall apart. And, you run out of time. You gotta make desperate decisions, and that just is a risky deal, Arlen Gaddy.
Yeah, Chase Brown never saw McCrary. He's playing deep safety, center field, if you will, and he's watching the eyes of the quarterback. And as Chase Brown starts to move up into the pocket and eye his receiver, McCrary comes up, gets the INT, and that may be all she wrote for the Dutchman on this Saturday afternoon.
Well, Adrian is about to go to 1-0 in the MIAA, and they have defeated the team that was selected to win the MIAA championship. That's going to be Ray, who's going to put his head down and do nothing but just kind of help the clock run.
So this Adrian team shows some moxie out here today. I mean, in the pregame show, we're talking about how their opponents were combined 0-10. We questioned kind of the toughness of this Adrian team, and wow, they came out here and their defense really stepped up and did not allow Hope's offense to really gain any momentum, particularly here in the second half.
They played well on both sides of the ball. The only thing I can think they could have done better is those 2 special teams penalties. But other than that, they've just kind of controlled the line of scrimmage. They've had weapons that have been able to run and to pass. And they've scored when they needed to score. And that'll be Ray again crashing down to the 30.
Well, talking about Adrian's weapons that have been able to run and pass there's a common denominator there, and it's their quarterback, Aaron Jenkins. He's run for over 120 yards today. He's passed for another 230-some yards. So, he's had a very, very good game.
I got to believe it's hard to prepare for a running quarterback. It's one thing to have one you're going to throw 300 yards, but when you don't know whether he's going to run or pass, that's got to be very hard on an opponent. And credit to Jenkins and credit to the offense for Adrian for putting this together as they drop into victory formation. And that will be it. The clock will wind down. That will be the last play of the game. Arlen Gaddy, it is always a pleasure to spend some time with you. I wish we could part under kinder and happier, well, not kinder, but certainly happier circumstances. But I hope you'll come back and hang with me here one more game or so.
Hey, Scott, thank you for the invitation. It's been a great time to come out here. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Vanderstoep, voice of Hope College football. What an honor. Thanks, man.
Well, you're very kind, and you are very kind to join us. We hope you have enjoyed the broadcast on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. For the Hope College fans, we are sorry we could not bring you better news. Congratulations to Adrian as they have defeated Hope College by a score of 22-10. And they go to 1-0 in the MIAA, and every game is valuable. And so congratulations to them. For Arlen Gaddy, my name is Scott Vanderstoep.